know you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody. Yes, I'm hurt, yes, I'm dead. Most things that I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you change.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to Taylor XO, or welcome to Taylor XO if you're a new subscriber. So, y'all, I wanted to do this video because we really haven't gotten to Phillip that much on this channel, just because he really hasn't played a part of the stories or the whole drama, since he's been out of jail. If you guys have just started watching this channel and you guys don't know who Phillip is the father of Jazzy's first 4 children. And you guys can go on her channel and go, back in time. She does still have videos up of them, as a family when they were together when he was out of jail. But, a lot of people, there's a lot of mixed people on Phillip. Some people agree with, his fathering, his decisions, him deciding to, vlog the kids and show what he's been doing. And I think, he fools a lot of people with how he, gets on here and shows him doing things with the kids and interacting more with the kids, which, that's great. I love that he does, interact with them, for even if it's for the camera, and take them, places and do things here and there. I wouldn't say that he takes them on shopping sprees and, does all these things as such as that, but he does take them places. I don't know if it's for the vlogs or not, because, a lot of people have been getting the vibe lately that he does, really vlog the kids a lot. I mean, every time they come over for the weekend, he vlogs them, and he'll vlog the whole entire weekend. That's mostly what his channel consists of is him vlogging in the channel. He doesn't really show much of him and Hannah. It's strictly mostly the kids. So, a lot of people were just like, is he using them? Is that why he mostly has those 4 kids? Is because he's able to film them and he's making money off of them. But for the past spring break, he hasn't posted any videos, and he did mention in this video that he's taken a break off of YouTube because he hasn't been liking the comments about Hannah and the kid, or really, I think he just mentioned Hannah. I don't think he said much about people mentioning the kids, but so he came on to do this live because, as we've been talking about in the past videos, Liv decided to come on and, expose Jazzy for all the things that's been going on in the house with Chris and the kids and her. And, a lot of people thought that he would come on with a different response, but instead he came on, grinning, happy, and just acting like he was just super unbothered. And, for a father of 4, especially when somebody just came out saying that they have recordings of, a man beating on the mother of your children and screaming and breaking things, you would think he would come on with a different demeanor, but this man came on here grinning and smiling and acting like if he was just so unbothered by the whole situation. And no real father would have this energy. Any real father would come on here with the energy like, I want to know what's going on with my children. We're all concerned over here. We're trying to get, the situation sorted out to see what's truly going on. I've reached out to Liv. It was none of that energy, but this is a little bit long of a clip. So if you guys, don't want to listen this long, you guys can skip to the talking part. But let's get into this clip and then we'll talk about it.
I have zero tolerance when it comes to my kids, bro. Me and Chris have spoken multiple times. We speak because, what I'm saying, we got the same mindset when it comes to YouTube and people. Like, when y'all be saying all that bullshit, like, I'm gonna call Chris. I'm gonna be like, yo, fam, like, like, what's up? Like, you good? I'm not trying to be on no disrespectful shit, but, I gotta know. Like, everything good, fam? Like, we'll do it because I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, you should come to a man as a man. You feel me? And that's how we speak. What I'm saying? We get that shit out the air. What I'm saying? And that's that. What I'm saying? I trust that man. What I'm saying? Or I would have been. But if I didn't trust them in their relationship, bro, I would have been told CPS, say, man, hell no, give me my kids. What I'm saying? I'd have been told CPS to give me my kids, but bro, Everything that y'all hearing, you know what I'm saying? Whoever this female is passing judgment, bro, that shit is all lies, bro. Like, that shit is, it's so crazy when I be hearing this shit, because I usually chill, man. Y'all know me, man. Phil is chill. Like, I'm laid back. You know what I'm saying? I don't get into all of that, you know what I'm saying? I've been with my kids all week. I'm talking about 7 straight days I've been with my babies. And of course, I talk to my babies one-on-one individually. You know what I'm saying? I talk to all my kids one-on-one individually. You know what I'm saying? And I live, and it's not because Kaylin not gonna lie to me. Amaya not gonna lie. Ava gonna tell on anything. Aiden, that's my baby. He gonna rock with his mama though. You know what I'm saying? That's his mama kid. I ain't getting paid to do this. I just be on the outside looking in. Y'all see, I haven't posted a video in about 8 days. I haven't even been active on YouTube because, you know what I'm saying, people been real disrespectful towards my woman. My woman don't appreciate it, and I'ma always rock behind my girl. My girl don't really like what's been going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So I be kind of falling back a little bit. My girl don't like that shit. That's just what it is. Now Aiden, I ain't gonna lie, man. My son is a handful, and that's coming from his father. I was a handful. You know what I'm saying? And I've spoken to Chris. We already got, you know, what can be done, what can't be done. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of respect for the man, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people, because it's a lot of men that would have came into your kid's life after you've been in prison thinking that they daddy. But, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of respect, and he let me be he let them know, hey, man, I ain't y'all daddy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all daddy, whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of respect for all that. And, you know what I'm saying? We got a good, you know what I'm saying, conversation. And, you know what I'm saying, everything that happens, like if my daughter get a cut, a black eye, a bruise, I'll probably know, because if something happened, Amaya calls me firsthand. You know what I'm saying? And Hannah definitely get disrespected. You probably ain't seen it, but bro, they be tagging me and shit, or they'll go to my girl Instagram saying she this and that. Look, I love me a big woman. You know what I'm saying? I love me a big woman. I don't need me a female that's a $150. That's not in my nature. I love them thick. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no 150-pound, 5'3" woman. You know what I'm saying? I like them thick. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? I love my woman. You know, that's just what it is. I don't care about what nobody has to say. I don't care if you think she got 50 chins or big I don't give a damn, because I think she fine as fuck. And that's all that matters. And my baby beautiful. Go check my Instagram out. I'm him, Phil Will. I just posted her on my Instagram. But anyway, bro, back to it, bro. Y'all gotta chill. Like, bro, I've seen the messages of this female hitting up Jasmine talking about, hey, let's just beef so I can get some views. Like, why would you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm kind of on Jasmine ass, like, bro, like, you gotta read through people, fam. Like, people will do anything for clout. You feel me? You know, Mama Dukes get a little drunk from time to time and she say off the wall shit. That's just what they do, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. Y'all, bro, come on, y'all know me. I went to prison for pimping, aggravated robbery. I did some foul shit to Asia. You know what I'm saying? Asia won't let me talk to my kids. She won't pick up the phone. But you know what I'm saying? And I understand. She mad at me. She hates me right now. I understand. She doing a child support thing. It's cool. I'm not knocking her. You're not gonna hear me say nothing negative about Asia, because at the end of the day, she got my kids. I love my kids. I want to see my kids. You know what I'm saying? Elementary school on fire. I was bad as fuck. So what Aiden does at school is nothing compared to what I do. Now, the last 2 to 3 weeks, I've had meetings. We've talked to teachers. We've had conferences. My son ain't been in trouble since, and I'm so proud of my son. He is amazing. My twins have speech therapy. Aiden is amazing. They said he's progressing at 110%. Ava's done. She just does it because she does it for fun. She's getting amazing. My baby Kaylin has exceeded her math in 4th grade. She's the only person in her math class that can break down a fraction into decimals and do all this algebra stuff. That is amazing. And Amaya, she's just super smart. That is, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But all of my kids are doing great. I had my son, I'm just giving you a rundown through my kids real quick.
So that was just part of the live. If you guys want to go check out the rest of that live, you guys are free to do. But basically, he was saying that he has talked to Chris multiple times. He has reached out to Chris to ask him, what is going on, or the things that are being said, actually being done in the home. He's said that he's talked to him about Aiden and, what is okay to her, what's okay to discipline Aiden with and what is not. And he went on to start talking about how the kids are doing so good in school. And, I was just wondering, why all of a sudden now is things being talked about the kids being, doing so good in school when I've never, ever heard Phillip or Jazzy ever mention anything about how these kids are doing in school. You would think that that's one of the things that, especially being a family vlogger, that Jazzy would mention, the kids, if they ace a test or a report card or homework or a project or something that's, that's going on in school, but we never hear those things. So it's just really strange that now that these things are going on, that he wants to throw in how good the kids are doing in school. And, if you have talked to Chris, then why has Chris continued to do the things that he has done in the house, like the yelling and the carrying on and the throwing and, to the point now to where people are saying that he's not allowed in the home when the kids are there. So obviously something has went down. The police have been called to the house multiple times. CPS has been called. The school has been involved. Cheryl, her mother, has spoken out, which she went on to say that Cheryl does drink a lot, and when she does drink, that she does go on to say certain things. And, I will say that, if Cheryl is only over there running her mouth when she gets drunk, then clearly it's something that's been on her mind. They always say that drunk people always tell the truth and things that have been on their mind. So clearly Cheryl is getting drunk and speaking on Chris hitting her and Jazzy being in a dangerous situation for a reason. So that is not credible for, Phillip to say. And number two, either Liv is lying or Phillip is lying at this point, because he basically went live to debunk all Liv's lives. And he also went on to say that Liv reached out to Jazzy and said, let's do this arguing and fighting for views. So is he trying to say that this was all for views and that this is a fake fight and that, it's all for clout? Because he also went on to say that this is all for clout, that he doesn't hop on here and do anything for clout, but he said that Liv is hopping on here doing this for clout. And, at this point, it's like somebody's lying, because, everybody's coming on here to say that there's something going on. Chrissy has said it. Her mother has said it. Everybody was involved. The CPS, just like I stated, all them. So, either he's doing all this and going so hard to try to make it seem like nothing's going on because he himself doesn't want to take the kids and have to, be home more and have Hannah have to watch the kids, when we already know that Hannah has a life of her own. She's on the go. She's obviously not able to sit home with 4 kids like, Nisha does, because Nisha does work from home. So, the situation is completely different, and the vibe that is giving, like he just doesn't want anybody to say anything because he doesn't want to be bothered with it. It's going to interfere with him getting his CDLs and working and going on the road like he said he is. But he also said that they are moving to LA in a 4-bedroom house. So I don't know how things will go once he moves to LA in the 4-bedroom home. I don't know if the kids will only see him during a certain period of time in the school year during a break, or if, the kids will stay with Jazzy. But we do know that, Jazzy will make the extra mile to get the kids out of her hair and get them with Phillip. But, any real man, will come to Chris with, some type of, fear. I mean, y'all remember back when Phillip had mentioned that he was at a basketball game and he fell on his eye and he had a swollen eye and it was black and blue. And, I'm starting to think, like, did this man beat you up over there and you were just so scared shitless that you just, don't want to press this man about anything? Because clearly this man has done something to your kids. I mean, it has already basically been confirmed that he has hit Aiden in the eye. And for you to say that you talk to him daily, you can't be talking to him daily if, your kids are falling asleep in school, Aiden's acting up in school, you got Jazzy over here asking Liv for money, for gas money and for food. Like, where are you at when, this girl is asking another woman for $300 for grocery for her kids? Shouldn't she be asking you? You stated that you got her and that, you do for your kids. Like, all these things that he's stating he does for his kids. He talks to Chris on a daily. The kids are doing so good in school. All these things, but you never heard about this beforehand. And, he can't be talking to Chris on a daily because, Liv has stated that there is continuous things going on. The cops recently just came to the house, so obviously something is going on. And, it just is so sad that these kids have two parents in their life that are just so delusional and that have just failed them already so much, and they're not even in middle school and high school yet. And, these people just act so delusional because they don't want to be bothered with it. And then, people wonder why kids end up missing and killed and, found in ditches and all these things because, family just turns a blind eye because they want to continue living out their life and they don't want to be bothered with kids in a situation. And, it's really crazy that he just dropped his kids off and he left and he went live. And he was just smiling from ear to ear like he just didn't care. And then you had Jazzy in the chat modding, deleting people, trying to, keep the narrative that he's, for his kids and that Jazzy's a good mother. And just like Phillip said, she's a great woman, which we already know that this woman is not no great woman. But, he has tried so hard to keep this narrative that Jazzy is the best mother and that he checks on them daily and that there couldn't possibly anything be going on because he talks to his kids and he spent 7 days straight with them. But, what if Chris is in there threatening those kids? You don't know what is going on. If this man is throwing hot wax in front of these kids' room and breaking things and, doing all these things, he's hit Aiden before, all these things, do you think he's not capable of telling these kids to keep quiet and don't say nothing, or, he'll hit them or it'll get worse? Or do you really think that Jazzy's going to call up and tell you that this man is beating on her or anything else? Obviously that would give room for, Phillip to maybe call and, get the kids taken away. But we all know that Phillip isn't doing that. And we all know that Jazzy wants to keep painting this narrative that Chris is, such a great man and such a great stepfather to these kids. But we know deep down what's going on. And like I said, for their father to come on and, have that type energy and just to act so careless and, speak so highly of a woman that's clearly putting a man before her children, you would think it would be that fuck that bitch energy. But no, he's came on here and defended her and, lied for her. And clearly, I don't know what type of agreement they may have gone on. Clearly, it has to be something for this man to keep coming on here and lying for her. Yet again, people lying for Chris, lying for Jazzy. And that's why these kids continue to be in the suffering situation they are. But, I was just so shocked. And I know a lot of people already spoke on this and they couldn't believe it themselves. But, me personally, a lot of people tried to big up Phillip, but he is just as bad as Jazzy. And he has failed these kids just as much as Jazzy has. And for anybody to come on here and take up for him and think that the kids even really need to be with him, obviously, it's a better environment because, you know, they're paying more attention to the kids. They're not in an abusive environment where, you know, their father or, you know, they're seeing abuse, a man beating on a woman. But Phillip is just as delusional and dumb as Jazzy. And I don't think he has any more of the best interests of his kids as Jazzy does. By the way, he justifies Aiden acting up in school because he was a bad child. And, you know, the way Chris disciplines, you know, it's just giving that he's scared for his life and he wants to keep living his life and he's going to, you know, do whatever to, you know, keep all the truth in. And it's just giving that Liv really does need to come with the recordings and the proof so we can now move forward and stop this back and forth of, you know, playing because these kids are involved and it's just getting even more sick at this point. But comment down below what you guys think of Phillip, you know, coming on to basically justify and protect Jazzy. It's all so crazy. But again, I love hearing you guys' thoughts and opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching and stay tuned for another one.
Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be something different.